It's a 1992 Mazda RX-7. It's about 600 horsepower.
I think that's enough for me today.
You've got a lot more controls than probably what you're used to. You've got foot clutch, you've got sequential gearbox. You're going to have to learn how to let go of the steering wheel. Don't be shy on the revs. You're straight into it. Do exactly what you did. Bro, you got this. Straight into it. Like it's too easy, too easy. You're right, let's keep going. How's the pit stop? Fast enough for you?
I think it's not too bad.
Not too bad? That's it, nice. Look at it. And then finish, handbrake in. And then finish, handbrake in.
How's it going?
Good. This is the beast. Learn how to drift, bro.
Never done it, so I don't know what to expect really.
Well, this is the car, man. Like, this is arguably the most traveled drift car on the planet. Show you a few of the obstacles. First one will just come in, little handbrake entry, do some doughies. The next one we'll do some figure of eights, and then we'll do a Scandi flip. No traction control, you got no ABS, you got no stability control.
I'm looking forward to it. I really have no clue, what to expect from it.
Oh, you're right. Foot on the clutch. Do exactly what you're doing, but just a little bit more aggressive. How's the pit stop? Fast enough for you?
I think it's not too bad.
Not too bad? The real Christian, mate, she's all yours. You've got
Beautiful.
the ribbon, and you can have
I'll get his hand, yeah.
Reckon solid.
Yeah, thank you. It was very crazy. I mean, I didn't know what to expect already sitting next to him, and then I had to do it myself. I think it's been I've been the most nervous in the last 1 or 2 years doing that. So just because it's not natural, right? It's not what I do normally. So the first time, and also I'm on the right hand side of the car, so everything is opposite to me. So that took a little bit of time to get used to, but yeah, it was insanely cool. You can't compare it, it's so different. This is set up to go sideways. Our car is basically the opposite. It's set up to stick and have a lot of rear grip. Of course, also the steering angle you can achieve is so much more than in a F1 car. So when you go sideways, you think like a normal road car as well, you would run out of lock, right, to keep it. But here you just keep on going, and the wheels just go with you. And it's very different to drive. So you have to let the wheel go, which is not a natural thing to do, but once you let it go, it actually it works out. It helps you out. So, I mean, I was looking at Mike's inputs, with his feet. I'm probably already struggling a bit. I can't do heel and toe, for example, but seeing him using the clutch. I mean, I grew up. I mean, of course, I took my driving license in a manual, but after that, I rarely drive a manual. So just getting back into things a bit, using the clutch and stuff like that, it just takes a little bit more time. Because of course in an F1 car you use the clutch on the wheel, you drive off, and then you basically you never use the clutch again. So just getting used to these kind of things again. And the inputs, handbrake, don't have a handbrake in an F1 car. normally. Yeah, it's just it's super different. I mean, it's still, you know, in a fun car when you're sliding, you're correcting. It's just here you have much more play. Like you're just going way more sideways. The brakes as well, they're set up, you know, to make a turn. Just the general, like the basics of driving. I mean, it's the end of the day the same: brakes, throttle, and the steering wheel. I guess they helped me out. It's probably the same thing, you know. I was also very nervous the first time I jumped in an F1 car. I was 16 at the time, and you know, you don't know what to expect. You don't know how much power it has, like how much it pulls off. And the same here, I was standing still, and I was like, well, I can drive off like a granny, or I can just send it. So I just did that, and then of course, as soon as you do that, you know, you have the engine side, you're drifting straight away. You know, you have the wheel spin, and then you get a bit more in your natural kind of zone where immediately you're correcting and, you know, finding the limits, which you do in an F1 car as well. Yeah, but then again, I mean, I'm not a professional drifter, so it's still about just using the correct ways of when to use the clutch, the brake, the handbrake, and that I was then learning. But yeah, you just get into like a adrenaline rush, and you naturally, like, I don't know, your instinct takes over what to do, how to try and correct it. I liked it, the way he was approaching it, and also he was not really too stressed about it. He just let me also try a little bit, but then at the end of the day, he was like, still, I'll try this, try that. You know, just tiny little pointers, which helps me a lot. You know, for him, this is kindergarten. You know, he just plays around. He has a lot of fun. For him, it's natural. It's the same thing probably if we switch, and he jumps in F1 car and I'm on the radio. Like, you know, for me, because it's so natural, you can help him out. Oh, try this, try that, and it, you know, you're so focused on the driving, and it's nice to have a voice next to you which is quite calm and quite energetic at the same time. Like, great job, like this is going really well, and not scared at the end of the day. Because I mean, sitting next to someone who's doing it for the first time, it doesn't matter if you're world champion in F1 or whatever, rallying, or it doesn't matter, it's so different, but just giving you a kind of trust, I think is very nice. Yeah, I mean, of course it's a bit different. Unfortunately, we can't sit together, so you have to do it from an onboard or whatever radio. But I don't know, it's up to Red Bull to see what we can do there. I think on the track, for me, what helps a lot is just, I mean, first of course, study the track, know where you're going, know that, you know, whatever is coming up, first thing. Then the brake markers, like always have a reference where to brake, because if you brake at the right time and the correct place, it makes the corner a lot easier. If you're too early or too late, you're fighting the car, or you have to speed up again, and it makes the whole corner very awkward. So the brake markers are very important. And then just ease into it with the way you go on throttle. Like here, you know, you go on throttle, it's very smooth, but you know, you're spinning the tires, but it's quite forgiving. And F1 car is the opposite, that, you know, tires are probably a bit cold. When you accelerate, it's easy to spin up the tires, and then if you have a snap, it easily can go left, right into the wall. So it's just like easing into the gears a bit. I think he'll do well. He has very good car control, so I think, again, it's getting used to the speed, like the acceleration and the brakes. Like the braking force is very high, but at the end of the day, I mean, of course, we are not looking into Mike doing the same lap times as me, but just having a good time and just getting a feel of the car, which it's a bit more aerodynamics involved, but I think he'll do all right. I think it never hurts to do other disciplines. That's why I'm already driving GT cars, I'm driving rally cars, just to test your skills in a different way and learn, you know, learn from the best in other disciplines. So I think it never hurts. It's really cool that, you know, Red Bull as a brand, you know, they sponsor so many different disciplines and sports and activities, and seeing so many different athletes as well around the world, I think is really, really cool, and you always learn something from any other person.